Welcome to live. Okay. Pam pam pam. Hey, 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 everybody. Hey, welcome. So, today we have a very, very important topic. And before we get started, I just want to say I'm not feeling so good today. I actually have a cold. Yesterday, I was feeling like really bad. I had like pain everywhere, my back. I don't know. I don't even know what kind of cold that is, but anyway. So anyway, I had a cold and I was like, today I must come live because I think last Sunday I didn't come live. So I had to come live today. So, and we have a very, very, very hot topic to discuss today. So I see a lot of you are joining. Okay, welcome, welcome. Please tell me if my sound is okay, if my image is okay, if you can see me. Okay, so if you're new here, my name is Rose. Here we talk about online dating, we talk about interracial dating, okay? We talk about age gap dating and things like that. So welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome. We shall see if Team Lynn Ngugi joins my live. I know Team Truth joins my live. I know Team Rose Blogger joins my live. So I want to see in the comment section if Team Lynn Ngugi joins my live. So, you guys, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Today we have a very, very... Hi African, welcome, welcome. Please tell me if you can hear me, if my sound is okay. We have a very important topic that we need to discuss. You know, when you get on a dating app or a dating website, you think that when you meet somebody who says, well, as an African woman, when you see somebody who is like, oh, well, I would like to be with an African woman, you know, it's so nice and they just talk about wanting to be involved with an African woman. And then you'll be so excited. You'll be like, oh, from Greece. Oh, my goodness. Yes, tikano me. Posine keros, tinelada, simera. So you're like, oh, my goodness. You get so excited. You're like, oh, he's looking for an African woman, and of course, I'm an African woman, so that's exactly what I was looking for. What you don't understand is that you need to be very careful and you need to question him as to why an African woman. Why? Okay? Because you shouldn't assume just because somebody is looking for an African woman, you think, oh, well, hey, hi from Nigeria, welcome. You think, oh, well, that's because he's attracted to African women. That's because maybe he always thought he would want to marry an African woman. You know, he wants to be in a serious and committed relationship with an African woman. Hi, welcome everybody. Ati, hi Rose, please kuja huku siku moja. So that is not the reason why. It could be not the reason why he's there saying he's looking for an African woman. And this is why I say this is always a very important question to ask, especially when you see somebody is stating clearly on his dating profile that he's looking for an African woman. You need to ask him why. Why? Hi from Dubai. Welcome, welcome. Why an African woman? And depending on the answers he gives you, then you'll get to know whether it's just somebody who is attracted to African women and he's just there because, you know, he wants to date outside your culture, just like you are. You want to date outside your culture, you want to date outside the continent, you want to date outside your race, okay? Maybe it's just somebody like that. He's like, oh my God, I always wanted to date outside my race. I'm always attracted to African women. I want to date outside my culture, outside my continent. This is why I'm here. So in that case, that is good. But there's something called fetish chasing. There are some people on those dating apps are called fetish chasers. They chase fetishes. Okay, fetishes are things that people have in mind. They have this thing in their mind that they would like to fulfill at some point. Okay, some of these fetishes include, hey, welcome from Dandora. Oh my goodness, how is the weather there? As I said last time, Nairobi was so cold, and I spoke to somebody yesterday who was telling me that it's still so cold. Like, what's going on? Are you guys soon gonna have snow in Nairobi or what? Hey, tell me how the weather is in Dandora. So, fetishes are things that people just have. They're things that they want to fulfill. It's like somebody has something in their bucket list. They're like, one day I'll get involved with an African woman and I'm gonna fulfill this fetish that I have had for the longest time. And this is something you need to ask yourself, okay? I'm gonna try and filter my words because I don't want my video to be in trouble, but ask yourself, when you go to places like the US or even in Kenya, when you go to Kenya, ask yourself why you have old people, like really old people who are mixed race people in Kenya. Because if you look at Kenya during the colonial times, what happened was, they came in and then I don't want to say who, but anyway, they came in and then they put us away. We had those reserves and then you stay there and you are there, okay? So they grab whatever they wanted to grab and then they become the first class citizens and then we are third class citizens in our country. Now ask yourself, since that's how they viewed us, why do we have mixed race old people? Where did those babies come from? Who made those babies that are mixed race? I'm sure in your village there is that old woman who is, you can see her hair, you can see her eyes, you can see the color of her skin. You can see it. In my village, where my grandmother was living, where we lived, we actually had one woman, elderly woman, and she was mixed race, clearly. Ask yourself why. Let's go to the US. Why are there so many old people? Okay, maybe, yeah, old people who are mixed race. Why do we have so many mixed race people there in the US? Especially those ones who are during those times. This is where fetishes come in. There are people who just want to sample African women just for the sake of sampling, and not only sampling, they want to perform these experimental things, They want to do weird things with these girls because for them it's just a fetish. They want to see, maybe they had a question in their minds. They were like, an African girl, does she feel pain the same way my wife feels pain? A lot of them are actually married. You find people on dating apps who are like, oh, I'm coming to Kenya next month. I'm coming to Kenya, I don't know, next week, in the next 2 weeks. And then you're like, oh my goodness, he's coming. Oh, he's already coming to my country. Oh my goodness, this is so good. And then you find these kinds of people, if you tell them to video call you, let's say in the evening, they will say, no, in the evening I'm so busy, I can only call you on my way to work. He's calling you as soon as he gets to the office in the parking lot, then he calls you on a video call. Then you talk, he's always in the car. Then you talk, oh, how are you doing? And things like that. And then that's it. And another thing, he will arrange that you should not actually call him. He will call you. Why? That's because he's got a family, he's got his wife, he's got things going, and he's just planning this trip to come and fulfill his fetish. And then as soon as he gets to the airport, he's gonna block you. This has happened so many times. So fetish chasers on dating apps, especially these days, they are so common. Okay, they are so common because I guess, as I said, with social media and how we are portraying ourselves on social media, they're like, oh, this is my opportunity. This is actually my opportunity to fulfill my fetish. You know, they are there and they are, you know, they are willing. And so you have to be very careful, even as you're doing your online dating, even as you're meeting people on dating apps. You need to know what is whether they have a hidden agenda, what is their aim, what is their goal, why are they on that dating app? Because I feel like, okay, I don't judge, right? I don't judge people. I feel like if you're there to hook up with somebody for a casual thing, then you should know. Okay, you should know, and then you know, okay, this is a casual thing. We are just gonna go and have a holiday, have a good time for a week. This is what I'm gonna get out of this, and this is what he's gonna get out of this, and then everybody is happy. But when you're there and then somebody's coming trying to trick you to tell you that you're getting into a relationship with him and you're not, then that is wrong. And this is also why I say, even you as a lady, if you just want to have a holiday and have a casual thing, then you should be open about it, okay? So that way everybody gets what they went there for. So if somebody is coming to chase a fetish, I feel like they should be open, and then you can see whether you want to, you know, engage or not, and what kind of fetish it is, because there are those people who want to, okay, find another girl, another dark-skinned girl. Some of them are very obsessed with these dark-skinned girls, you know, like really chocolate girls. Find another chocolate queen. Kwanza, somebody who is calling you a queen. I have like, I don't know, I think I have something against that. So anyway, I say, find another girl, and then both of you come together. And then now you know you're supposed to do your thing, right? All together. So these are things that you're supposed to ask. What kind of fetish it is? What do you want? What are you gonna do? And then you can analyze and be like, okay, do I want to get involved in this? There are some really weird things that maybe the video will not allow me to mention. But there are some really weird things that they can introduce you into. And the thing is, a lot of you are like, oh, you know, I'm weird anyway. You know, I like kinky stuff, you know. I don't like vanilla stuff. What you think is kinky, my sister, that is not kinky. That is vanilla. People can introduce you to things that are going to traumatize you. Okay? Things that are going to traumatize you. And especially if it's somebody who is coming to Kenya. I always give an example with Kenya because I'm a Kenyan. If it's somebody who is coming to Kenya and they don't care about you, they really don't care about you. They don't care. You're just an object. Okay? You're just an object. And remember, and I don't know if I have mentioned this in one of my videos, remember there are some people who think that we are like subhuman or something. Okay? So they're like, So can you imagine you being there and somebody analyzing you like you're some kind of creature, and then they're doing things, and maybe they're wearing glasses like me now, and then okay, they're wearing. Okay, let me share a story with you guys. I hope this video will be okay, because okay, so I went to a gynecologist. Okay, and you know, already if you go to a gynecologist, it's already very uncomfortable situation to be in. Now, when you go to a gynecologist in Kenya, in your country, it's not so, but it's still uncomfortable, but it really doesn't matter because we are Africans, we are black people. So, and you know, when you go to a gynecologist, that they have that light, they shine that light, and it's so, like, it's so bright and it's so close that you can like feel the heat that is coming from the bulb. Oh my goodness. Now, when I went there, I found a male gynecologist. I was actually hoping to find a female gynecologist. I thought like that would be a little bit, I don't know, easier. So anyway, I found a male gynecologist. And I really don't know. You know, there are things that happen and then you're like, am I overthinking? Like, is it because I'm too nervous? Is it because I'm too uncomfortable? Like, he was wearing glasses. And so now you're there. Ladies who are here, they know how that appointment goes. So you're there, and then he's looking, and then he's adjusting his glasses. Oh my goodness. And I'm thinking, like, oh God, like it was so like weird, like super uncomfortable. But he was doing his job. I'm not saying that he did anything like out of his job. It's just that it was super uncomfortable seeing somebody like adjusting their glasses, and then the expression. So you're like, oh my God. The thing is, those beds. Okay, so you're not like lying all the way down. Okay, the bed I was lying on, it wasn't like you're lying all the way down, so you can see the doctor. You can actually see the doctor. So you have your, legs. You know how it goes, you ladies. And then, so now you're looking at his expressions. You're reading his body language. You're looking at his face, and then he's there like this. He's adjusting his glasses, and then, wait. And then he's like, It's, there are those, there are those doctors who don't say something, but it's like they're talking to themselves, So he's got, what is this thing called? He's got like a pad, a notebook of some sort that he's filling out information. And then he's talking to himself. He's like, And then you're like, oh my God, what did he find? What did he find in there? So now you guys, can you imagine you have met this guy on a dating app and he's got this, this fetish and this fantasy and he wants to analyze you. And then now, can you imagine he's there going, You guys, be careful. Ask somebody whether he's a fetish chaser or something, because I feel like you could be there and you'll be so traumatized, like you might even give up on men. You're like, oh my God, I don't want anything to do with men anymore. Oh, so if you get involved with somebody who does not seem to want, he doesn't even want to share too much about himself. It's always, he wants to know more about you. He doesn't want to video call you he doesn't want to video call you when you initiate the video call. He doesn't want to answer your phone call when you call. It's always, oh, I'll call you. That is a problem. That is a big problem, because I feel like if somebody is single, then it shouldn't be a problem. They can call you when they get home. They can call you on their way to work if they want to. They can call you when it's the weekend and they are going fishing or going, I don't know, doing whatever guys do on weekends. But the thing is, if somebody is so secretive, okay, you're seeing the red flags, but you're avoiding them because you must make this relationship work. There is no relationship that you're making work. Okay, when you're involved with the fetish chaser, you're not making any relationship work. Okay, the only thing you're doing is you're enabling him to come and use your body and fulfill his fetish and do weird things. And this is when you even hear people suggesting, oh, I have a friend, we are planning to come like have a boys holiday. Can we come and stay in the same Airbnb, and then you can find a friend, and then we can all have a holiday together. And you're like, what kind of relationship are you building if he's gonna come to the Airbnb and then all of you are gonna be like staying there together? What kind of connection are you building there? What kind of bonding are you doing? You cannot bond with somebody if there are other people around you all the time. And this is when you find now things turn out to be so horrible, because if you get involved with a group of people and it's people who don't care about you, you never know what they're gonna end up doing to you. So these dating websites are they can become very dangerous. If you're not careful, you can end up with people who are going to mess you up. Okay? Like we talked about in my previous video that I just posted. I mean, we talked about people who are just coming to get content, to recruit people into that industry I mentioned. So, you know, you're just there, you think that you're there looking for relationships, or you're looking for somebody to marry you and to take you abroad and all that. But the thing is, there are people who have hidden agenda there, because they can see their opportunities there now. With all these girls on dating apps, on social media, even on social media like TikTok, Facebook, you could find people who are getting, even Instagram, you could find people who are getting involved with people off of social media, and they end up in a lot of trouble. Because it's become like a hunting ground. You're hunting for your visa and your Chihuahua lifestyle, and going abroad and going for expensive vacations and all that. But then there are others there as well who are hunting for people to create content with, for people to fulfill their sick fantasies and their fetishes. There are predators there. There are people who are looking for women with young ones. There is so much going on. Like, you have to be very careful. Very, very, very careful. It's not the way it used to be. I'm not saying those people are not there before. Of course, they've always been there. But the thing is, right now, because the online dating has become so popular, there are more people now on those dating apps. You know, there are people maybe who didn't have an idea that they could actually get access to African women. But now they have seen it. They've seen it on TikTok that, everybody's, I want a Muzungu, I want a white man. And then they're like, oh my God, I'm a hot cake. Oh yes, now I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna do all the things that I dreamed of doing. And unfortunately, you find these people could come to, let's say, Mombasa, and do some really horrible things there and just get on a flight and go back to their countries. And that's it. Because there are enablers there as well. There are people who enable them to fulfill those sick fantasies that they have. Okay? So I find it, this so-called matchmakers that you see on TikTok, these are people, hi from Uganda, welcome. These are people who are actually, some of them are actually working with these fetish chasers, pedophiles, and those criminals, and those people who want to make content with our girls. Some of them are actually involved with those people, and they're getting paid to hunt for these girls. It's so sickening, you won't even believe. You won't believe. You find women, older women like myself, you find somebody is just sitting there on TikTok for almost 24 hours. 24 hours. Oh, I'm connecting you to white people. I'm connecting you to white guys. Oh, come to my live and then join my WhatsApp group. And you find, like when I go live on TikTok, I'm lucky if I get 200 viewers. But those lives, you find that they have like 1,000 viewers, 1,600. There was one, I think the day before yesterday, I just looked. I was curious. I just wanted to see how many women are joining those sites. And you never see those white guys. So I'm thinking, where are they? Why don't we just chat here? You know, if you're going to hunt on TikTok, then why are those people not there on TikTok in the comment section? It's all women. Yes, I'm here. Interested from Kenya. Interested from Uganda. 23-year-old from Uganda. 22-year-old from Kenya. 22-year-old from Tanzania. Oh, 20 from I don't know where. All in the comment section. Over 1,000 young women. And I'm thinking, you people, you don't know what you're even getting yourself into. Because if you really want to do online dating, why don't you, because this WhatsApp groups, I told you, you're not entering there for free, you're paying. So I'm thinking, why don't you download an app, OkCupid, for example. Download it, go through your phone, find nice pictures, 3 or 4 pictures, one with your full body so people can see your figure, how you are, with your clothes on, of course. And then, since you have extra cash to spend, go and subscribe, upgrade on OkCupid. Or, I don't know, International Cupid. Afro Romance, there are so many of them, And then just start filtering people, talking to people. If you feel this vibe, like he doesn't have a good vibe, block. Keep going. Do the work yourself. Do the search yourself. But the problem is we like shortcuts. So you think if you pay that so-called matchmaker on TikTok, you think things are gonna move faster and it's gonna be easier. So you're just gonna be sitting, relaxing, waiting for them to deliver. And I feel like, okay, if somebody is just doing that, maybe to just find some contacts on a website, on a dating website, and then give you, then maybe you can talk to that person and see how it goes. Then if it's not good, then it's not good. But some of them are going an extra mile. They have those people who are already actually coming to your country. They have arranged with those people who are already coming to your country. And then they tell you, oh, I have found this guy, and you're lucky because he's already coming to your country. You're like, oh my goodness. So they're like, start chatting him up, be extra sweet. There's this woman I saw on TikTok telling our girls that you have to be extra sweet. You have to be extra sweet, extra sexy, extra. Don't go on a video call all covered up, all dressed up too much. They don't like when you're too dressed up. And I'm thinking, and it's a whole grown woman like myself. She looks like she's in her 40s. She's not even ashamed of herself. Telling our girls, like, why would I tell somebody who could be my daughter? Because if somebody is 22, she could easily be my daughter. So why would I advise my daughter? And actually, I do have a niece, actually. She's now 21, my niece, my sister's daughter. So can you imagine me advising somebody who is the same age as my niece? And I'm like, okay, you go there, you sit there and you don't dress up and act sweet and act sexy. And because it's not explained to you what that means, because you could be elegant, you could be all dressed up, and you could still look sexy. But now for our girls, they think that means you get on a video call and you take your clothes off. Well, she's already said you shouldn't. If she said, if you get on a video call and you're all dressed up and you're all boring, your dating profile will stay on a dating app forever. Nobody will ever talk to you, because every time they come on a video call, they can see you're all dressed up and all boring, and then they'll just skip you and they'll block you. So now, these people, this so-called matchmaker, they're going to tell you, go and chat him up, be all sexy and all sweet, because he's already coming to your country. And don't be argumentative. Like, they don't like noise. They don't like, be a peaceful girl. Be humble. Be a humble African girl. So this means, do you know what is happening when she's telling you this? She's telling you so you can accept all the BS that guy is going to introduce to you. So he's going to tell you, when I come, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. Every time I come on a video call, I want you to behave like this, and I want you to do this. And when I come to your country, this is what I expect from you. And then because you're being sweet and sexy and humble and not noiseful, you say, yes, babe. And they tell you to call them babe. Why are you calling somebody babe and you just met somebody, some stranger, some foreigner on a video call? You don't even know his last name, but you're already calling him babe. Yes, babe. Whatever you say, babe. It's so unfortunate, but it's happening. They're recruiting you to go and perform some weird stuff. They're recruiting you to make content with you that they're gonna sell on those websites. You know what websites I'm talking about. And then you'll never see them again. And they won't give you money either. Because you're like, there's one girl who came to my live the other day, and then it was on did I go live on Tuesday? I don't remember. And she said that she got 100,000 Kenya shillings, because that guy came and he wanted her to, how do I say this now, Jesus? Okay, anyway, he wanted her to do some really weird stuff, and she did it, and she got 100,000. So I asked her, I said, so do you think, I mean, okay, 100,000 Kenya shillings, that's just a little bit under $1,000, right? So I asked her, I said, do you think that money you got, because it was a one-time thing, do you think it was worth what you did? Like, how did you feel after? How did you feel after doing those things? How did you feel? She was like, well, as long as I got money, as long as I got 100K, it's okay. So I'm thinking, is this thing, like, money is good, of course. That's why we are working. You know, we are working. Everybody is hustling to make money, and money is good. Okay? Money is very good. But do you think if you get, like, let's say that guy came, okay, he made her do all those weird things. Let's say another guy comes and then makes her do a different set of weird things, okay? How do you think that girl will be mentally? Okay, she will have 200K, but how do you think she will be mentally? And how do you compare this girl? Okay, she's got 200K. Granted, I give her that. Compare this girl with the girl who is doing her small business, selling earrings on the streets of Nairobi, selling, like another girl I saw on a video, she was selling, sometimes she sells fresh fruits, and then sometimes she sells earrings, okay? So let's say that because she was asked how much roughly does she make on a good day, the girl who is selling things in the streets of Nairobi, she was asked how much roughly do you make on a good day when you have good business. She was like, well, sometimes I can make, you know, I can make 1,000, sometimes I can make 2,000, 2,500 profit. So let's say she makes 2,500 shillings profit. per evening. She does it in the evening. She's in school. She's in university by the. I respect that girl. I saw that video. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So she's in school, and then in the evening she goes and she does her side hustle quickly, and then she goes back to the hostel. So let's say she makes 2,500 when the business is good. So let's say this girl has made 200K. That is very good money. Very good money. When they go to sleep at night, when this girl goes to sleep at night, what do you think is going through her mind? And what do you think the one who made 200K, what do you think is going through her mind? And not only that, remember this, guys. This is her body that was used in a very weird, very, very strange way because these people are fulfilling their fetishes. And this is actually what inspired me to come here and talk about fetish chasers. And I had talked about fetish chasers, I think, in 2022. Yeah, 2022. I actually posted that video today on TikTok. It came up that I posted that video in 2022, so I reposted it again today. So after hearing what that girl said and after seeing that video this morning, I was like, I'm going to go live and talk about fetish chasers. So, what do you think this girl is feeling? Her body has been, you know, when somebody doesn't care about you, there's something, girls, you don't understand. When somebody doesn't care about you, they can do some really bad things to you. And especially when you're pretending you want to please them and you've been coached by these so-called online dating coaches. You've been coached, be nice, be sweet, be humble, don't make noise, don't argue. So now, and because maybe he has already told you, oh, I'm going to give you 100K. So now you want this 100K to come out. The things that are going to be done to you, you're going to be traumatized. This girl who is selling her fresh fruits in the streets of Nairobi, she's sleeping so peacefully. Her body is intact. Nothing is broken. Hi, Miss E. Welcome, I see you. You see, her body is intact. Everything is okay. She goes, she saves her money, whatever she needs to save. She spends whatever she needs to spend, and she's going, on with her education, and she's peaceful, and she's feeling decent, and she's sleeping well at night. Yes, she's tired. She's been walking around the streets of Nairobi, selling her fruits, but she's okay. You, my sister, you are rich, but you're not okay. And this is what people don't want to talk about. People don't want to say the price they are paying. The thing is, even when it comes to these interracial marriages that you see on social media, don't get pressured, my sister. Don't get pressured. There are two kinds of interracial marriages. There are two kinds. Okay? There is the kind where people just met and they are just normal people and they fell in love, or maybe they were not sure they were in love, but then they fell in love later, but they were already married. So now they are married. And then there are people who are in agreement. There are people who are married, but they are in agreement. There are people who came from Kenya. I always mention Kenya. That's my home. There are people who came from Kenya, but they had an agreement before they left Kenya. Okay, I'm going to marry you. I'm going to sponsor your visa to come to Europe, come to the US. But when you get there, first of all, I must get my money back. Okay, so there are some who have they have already been introduced to Escort business. So I'm gonna introduce you to my rich friends, and then you're gonna do your thing, and then we're gonna split the money. And this is why you find some people are so free. You're like, kwani, this is how interracial marriages are. Like, she's always traveling by herself. She's always all over the place, and like, where is the husband? And those are the kinds of people who will be like, oh, he's there making money and I'm here spending it. No, he's not. You are there making money and he's there collecting. This is what is going on, my sisters. Be careful. Open your eyes. Don't be so pressured. You're like, oh my God, getting married to somebody from another race, from another country, from another culture. It means I'm going to have this excessive freedom. My job is just to spend his money. I can go wherever I want. I can do whatever I want. I'm forever on the road, flying first class, going I don't know to where. Nope. This is not what is happening. There are some people who have agreements, my sister. There are people who she even came from Kenya. I wish that girl who came, there's a girl who came and told her story, and I think I've mentioned that story. I wish she would just come out and share that story, because that is an eye-opening story. And unfortunately, the reason why she doesn't want to share that story is because she was considering what that man was actually telling her. That is the saddest part. So this man says, I'm going to sponsor your visa from Kenya. Okay, I'm going to sponsor your visa from Kenya. I'm going to cater for everything, but we're going to get married first, because when it comes to Europe, it's easier when you get married. It's easier for you to get a visa. As I said, you just go, you go to the AG, you get married, get your marriage certificate, get the certified copy, that's the blue copy, and then go to the embassy. Like it's that simple. As I said, the only embassy that makes things a little bit difficult is the German embassy. Otherwise, all the other embassies, as long as your paperwork is on point, like there is no reason why they should deny you a visa. In fact, you could just come from the AG or from getting your blue copy, go straight to the embassy and you get the visa the same day. It's possible. So this guy, so this guy, he tells this girl, we're gonna do all that. You're gonna come to Europe, but when you get here, I'm putting you to work. What kind of work, you may ask? Escort business. He already had clients lined up for this girl. Hi, Miss. Hi, welcome. Those comments are disappearing. He already had clients lined up for this girl. She's so young. And we asked her, we said, why? Because she kept defending. We are like, don't you see? But she kept defending this whole thing, She was like, yeah, but I want to go there because I want to do nursing. I want to go to the nursing school so I can do that for a while, but then I'll go to school. And I'm like, are you listening to what you're saying? First of all, what guarantee do you have that you can only do that for a short period of time, and then you can do what you want? What guarantee do you have? So, in short, what I'm trying to say is, don't be pressured by these things you're seeing on social media. Oh, look at me. And me and my Muzungu, and he doesn't, keep tabs on me. I go wherever I want. Look at me, I'm in Mykonos now. Oh, look at me now, I am in Miami. Oh, look at me now, I am in, it's like, don't even, through you. And thank you. Don't even look at those. Don't even look at those couples. Don't even look at that girl. Because the only reason she's posting all that, first of all, is to justify what she's doing and to show you like it's such a beautiful thing. But behind the scenes, she's not telling you what she's doing. They're not going to come here and tell you. They're not going to come here and tell you that even when she's back home, those rich friends of her husbands, they come there and they do their thing there, and the husband is watching. They're not gonna tell you that. They're just gonna show you, oh, look at me in Miami. And the thing is, you never see the reason why they don't post who took them to Miami or to Monaco is because it's not the husband. Maybe they have posted one video with the husband, but they're there with somebody else, a client. My sister, open your eyes. They are there with a client, so they cannot put him in the video. Oh, look at me, I'm now in California. My husband was busy working, so I'm busy here spending his money. No, you're not. And now those are the ones who are actually satisfying these fetishes, because those things they are not in relationships. So they're just clients. So now she's gonna do whatever the client says because the client has already paid. All the fetishes he has, all the sick fantasies he has about an African woman, she has to do it. When she gets home, she's a wooden warrior. She has to stay and recover. Uko hapo tu yale, oh my God, I must be in an interracial relationship. These things are so, oh my goodness, so glamorous. Oh my goodness, money is flowing. And they come there with their expensive whatever gifts. This girl who was sharing her story, she said, I'm gonna make sure you dress in high brands products. Make sure you always have your Chanels and all your Dior's and all those, because you're gonna be dealing with rich men, so you have to look the part. My sister, listen to this. Listen to this. You're gonna dress up in expensive clothes and in expensive shoes and expensive wigs and expensive bags because you are dealing with rich people. You have to look the part. It's a costume. It's a work uniform. My sister, she's been told what to wear because she's at work. Why unaona mtu amevaa Chanel, you see somebody wearing Chanel, you're like, oh my God, Chanel bag, Chanel suit, Chanel everything, oh, Dior shoes, oh my goodness, it's a uniform. Even animals, they get costumes. Exactly. Don't worry. Don't even so impressed by people coming here on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, especially on Instagram. Don't worry. Don't be like, in fact, let me tell you something. Apart from these influencers who get paid by these companies to advertise these products, that's a different case. But anyone who is coming and they're filling their page with how they're dressed in Chanel and in this, and you don't see a link. Okay, let me tell you how you can tell that this is a paid partnership. Even on TikTok, if you see somebody dressed in something and down here, down the video, it says paid partnership. That means they are working. That means they are getting paid to talk about those products that they are talking about. So those are different. That is a different case. Okay, same with the Instagram. If you see somebody coming, oh, look at this Dior bag I bought and this, and then she's giving a review. Those are called reviews. Okay, so she's giving a review of this bag. She opens, she shows you inside what you can put in the bag, how it looks, whether you can hold it as a clutch bag or you can, like that's a review. Okay, she's getting paid to do that. So that's a different case. But these pages you see, especially these interracial couples where you see the girl is always on her page showing, oh, look at me, now I bought this. Look, now unboxing this. Now unboxing from Dolce and Gabbana. Now we are unboxing from Louis Vuitton. Now we are unboxing from this. And there is no paid partnership sticker. Those are costumes. Those are, you know, that is a uniform for work. She's unboxing to dress up to go for work. Okay? So don't be pressured. Don't even worry. Don't worry about that. because they are going to dress up like that. And you find a lady who is dressing, she's so young, she's 22, and she's dressing like my grandmother, how they used to dress in the 70s. Why? Because she's dealing with old people, old rich people. So they want to see her the way they saw young girls in the 70s and the 60s. That's why she's doing that. And she's like, it's elegant. Oh my goodness, you're dressing up like how they dressed in the 60s. You're 22. When are you going to dress your age? You can't. Because you're working. You must put on the costume. All those things and do your hair a certain way and have those wigs and have those shoes and those bows and things and oh my God. Like you're dressing up so old. Even I, and I'm much older than you, I'm double your age, more than double your age. You're what, 22? I'm more than double your age. Even I don't dress like that. You're dressing up the way they used to dress in the 60s. Why? And then now you're giving us pressure here, telling us, oh my God, Chanel, oh, I don't know, Fendi, look at me. There, you are just fulfilling fetishes of those fetish chasers, okay? You're already in Europe, so you're easy to access. So they're paying your, and the problem is that they're paying that guy who brought you there. I won't even call him your husband because he's a pimp. Do you know what a pimp is? He's collecting money. You go, you do the, like, I feel like if you're gonna do that business, if you're gonna do that wera, it's better you do it yourself, okay? You do the job, you get paid the full amount, and then you get your coin and you go and do your thing. But the thing is, you're doing all the dirty work, and then he's getting paid. And then he decides if you're gonna get the cut of whatever you got paid or not. He could even say, oh, I'm giving you accommodation, I'm giving you food, I'm giving you this, therefore I'm paying the bills in the house, therefore you get nothing. Imagine doing all that work. Do you know how difficult it is for you as a 22-year-old girl, 23, 24, 25? Do you know how difficult it is for you to deal with old people? Most of these people, I know you people don't like me saying this, most of these fetish chasers are not even young people, they are old people. Most of them are old people. It's people who, they have something that have snapped in their brain because things are not functioning the way they used to function when they were young, okay? So now they have created these weird things in their minds that they want to fulfill. I'm not saying there are no young fetish chasers, of course they are there, but the majority of them are old people. All the cases I have had, and believe you me, I have listened to so many stories. And most of in fact, actually all of them, all the stories I have listened from these young girls, they are all from old people, from 55 and over. Oh, there's this guy, he's 60 and he wants, even this girl who was sharing her story about how this guy wants to take her to Europe and be put to work. He's actually, can you imagine, he's actually 50 what? 58, he's almost 60. He's almost 60. And the girl is 23. Oh my God. And she has been instructed not to eat. This is what got me so pissed off. She has been instructed not to eat. She's a tall, slim girl. Young ones are there too. Okay, come and share your story. Tell us what happened with the young ones. I didn't say they are not there. I just said the majority. I said the majority of them. I'm not saying there are no young people who are weird. Of course they are there. But the majority of them who are like really going all the way to to chase these fetishes, the majority of them are old people, and they are not even attracted actually to black people. I'm sorry to say. To them, it's just a specimen to be analyzed, like the way you analyze something in a lab. You cut it to see what will happen if you do that. Do you know there's a girl who told me yesterday that there was this guy she met on a dating app, and they came on a video call, and the guy was asking her, so if I was to cut your finger a little bit, so what will come out of there? And this is another thing. When you get on a video call, be mindful of, be very careful of somebody who is making you things as if they want to analyze you. You know, come close to the camera, do this now, do this, and they're looking, you know, again, they're looking as if they're analyzing you. Bit juicy. Missy, bit juice. You know, they turn around, do the turn around and think. There, of course, we say there is that test you do to see if somebody is real. Okay, there are those random things we say that you make somebody do to make sure it's not a pre-recorded video, or it's not a filter or a fake, something fake. But there are some things that somebody will tell you to do on a video call, and they are just analyzing you. They are analyzing you. Or even when you meet, let's say even when you meet in person, you find somebody, he's doing things to you, like, you know, analyzing you. If you have your natural hair out, they're analyzing it's like he's in a zoo analyzing an animal. What is this? People need to be respectful to people. You know, even this thingy of can I touch your hair? I don't like that. I don't go around. I'm surrounded by white people. I don't go around telling people, can I touch your hair? Can I touch your hair? But you find, you as an African, you go somewhere, especially when you leave your hair out, your afro out, somebody will not even ask. They come and they dig their fingers into your hair. Why are you touching my hair? You don't pet human beings. You pet animals. I'm not an animal. Why are you petting my hair? No. There's somebody who will come and you'll meet in person, and then they're analyzing you, they're pinching you, they're scratching you, they're doing anything. Oh, he's so romantic. Oh my goodness. He's touching my hair. He's not touching your hair. He's analyzing you to see if you're a real human being. He's pulling your hair to see how it grows out of your scalp. Jesus is Lord. He's analyzing, like, you people don't even feel uncomfortable. You know, he's analyzing everything about you, you know. And then you're like, oh, he's so romantic. Oh my goodness. He likes, you know, he lifts my leg to check under my leg. He does this. Tell him you're a human being. The only difference is that the color of your skin is different and the texture of your hair, okay? There is nothing else that is different. You and his blonde girlfriend that he had before, the only difference between you and her is the culture, okay? Your upbringing, the continent where you came from, the languages that you speak, the color of your skin, the color of your eyes, and the texture of your hair. That is the only difference. Okay? So there is no need for analysis. He doesn't need to analyze anything. He can see what he can see, and the difference is just the color of your skin and the texture of your hair. Where? These things are tough. You know, the thing is, you people, you're going there, you are so polite. As I said, there are people who have made it their life mission on TikTok to coach you how you're going. You know, they are turning you into that mindset of slavery, and to see this superiority that you should worship. That it's so insane. Oh my God. Like, it's so insane. You find these are African women, and some of them are already here in Europe, or they're in the US. So now they have found a Muzungu. Therefore now they have decided that they are going to coach you and train you how to become submissive, and how to become humble and polite. And when you speak softly. I saw one on live on TikTok saying there is a way you speak to your friends, and then there is a way you speak to your husband or to your boyfriend, especially before he marries you, while you're still in long distance. There's a way you speak to him. There's a way you lower your voice. There's the way you soften your voice. This is ridiculous. Who are you then? Who are you? Because I'm not saying, okay, look, I'm not saying that you get on a video call and you're problematic, you're arrogant, you're this, you're that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, why are you faking it? You know very well you're not soft-spoken. I, as Rose, I'm not soft-spoken. I speak the way I speak. So why am I pretending? Why am I pretending? And like now, the way I'm speaking to you here, if I get on a video call, I'm like, oh, hi, babe. Nice to see you. How are you? Oh, okay. Yeah. And then when you finally move in with him, when you finally move in with him, he finds out. He finds out that you're cray-cray. What's gonna happen then? Be yourself. Ask the most important questions. Be confident. Don't let anybody turn you into something that you're not. On TikTok. Oh, be soft-spoken. Oh, always wear lingerie. That woman who was telling young girls to come on video calls half-dressed, she said, you must go and shop for lingerie, sexy things to be coming on a video call. No. Let him get to know you even while you're dating. Don't let your voice come out when you're married. No. Because that marriage is not gonna work. That marriage is based on a lie. Pretense. You're pretending. You're pretending to be something that you're not. Okay? You know very well that's not who you are. You know very well you are not even comfortable coming in those clothes that you're being told to wear by those TikTok coaches. You know you're not comfortable. You know you're not comfortable saying those words that you're being told to say. They like you to say, who are they? Who are these people? This is what I always ask. Who are these people? Because we cannot take people and say they like this. They who? How about we ask this guy what he likes? The one you're talking to on a video call. How about we ask him, oh, what do you like? Who are you? And then we move from there. But we say, they like when you come on a video call half-dressed. Of course, they're not going to say half-dressed, but they're saying, you have to come on a video call when you're dressed sexy. Buy some lingerie. Why are you wearing lingerie on a video call? This is how you invite this whole take your clothes off, do this, do that. That is how you invite that, because you have shown that is what you're about. That is what you're about. That's what you're bringing to the table. You have nothing else to bring to the table. You cannot hold a conversation. You're just there going, yes, babe, yes, yeah. What did you have to eat? Yeah. Can you send me some money for the internet? Thank you, Miss E. can you send me some money for the internet? Why are you begging for money for the internet? And he knows after you end the video call, you've already said that you're ending the video call, you don't have money for the internet, and he's gonna find you on TikTok live. It's so ridiculous. Like, it's so ridiculous. Do you know there's a lady, she met somebody online, and that guy was the lady was like, you know, I've got a lot of things to do, I cannot, because the guy wanted her to be on video calls like almost every day. And then she was like, you know what, I am so busy, I cannot be on a video call every day, like I'm so busy, because I got lots of bills to pay. You know, I'm working extra hours because I got lots of bills to pay, because my bills have piled up, so I cannot come on a video call every day because I'm working, I'm so busy. This guy, he was like, okay, so how much would it take for you to cut down the hours, you know, those extra hours that you have added to, you know, to work extra jobs so you can pay the extra bills? How much are those extra bills all together, all combined? How much are they? She said some ridiculous amount, like some really ridiculous amount, because she thought, you know, you're wasting my time. Like, I really need to, you know, to go and do my job and pay my bills. So she gave some ridiculous amount. Tell me why this guy is asking for her bank details. And then she was like, no, I'm not giving you my bank details. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not about giving my details like that. That is personal information. This is why I'm telling you the value of you being confident in who you are and not letting people push you around, and you just going there, you know, looking for somebody because you want to date and you want to be in a relationship. You're not there playing games. You're not there looking to get somebody to send you $50 for the internet. You're just there looking for somebody who could potentially be your long-term boyfriend or your husband. Okay? So this guy was like, okay, no problem. Tell me why this guy is sending a Western Union code to this lady to go and withdraw the amount she had mentioned that is going to clear those bills, so she doesn't have to to continue working the extra job, so they can have time to know each other. She went and she got the money and she cleared her bills, and to show her integrity, she went, she got the money, she paid all the bills she mentioned that were pressing her, and she showed the guy, she showed the what are they called? Photos of the receipts. Okay, I have now cleared those bills, everything is paid, I even have a little bit extra cash left, so now I don't have to work extra hours, then we can be getting on video calls. But you're like, oh, I'm gonna be sweet so you can send me $50. He doesn't have to send you money, by the way. He can spoil you if he wants, but he really doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't have to send you anything. And I know people get so angry when I see this. They're like, oh, what's the use of dating somebody from another race, from another country, from another continent if he's not gonna support me financially? He's not obligated to support you financially. He doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't. And a lot of these people who come bragging about, oh, I always get allowance, I don't know, weekly allowance of this money. They never tell you what they're doing to get that allowance. That's another thing we don't talk about. There are people who don't sleep. My sister, especially those ones who are involved with people from, let's say, the US, where the time difference is so large. There are people who don't sleep. Okay? There are people who are doing some really weird things. There are people who have been, they have been sent some weird gadgets. Some weird gadgets. That's what they are doing. And then they're like, I get allowance, I get $200 every Sunday, every Saturday. Yeah, you are getting $200 every Saturday, but let me tell you, all that content that you have created all through the week, do you know how much money he's making with that on those websites? And you're like, oh, he loves me so much. Oh, he sent me these gadgets because he doesn't want me to suffer with the dry spell. You're still suffering from dry spell. You're inserting those plastic things and those silicone things, and then you're telling us here you're now suffering from dry spell. Let me tell you what you're doing to yourself. Do you know that guy who took me to the US and then he took me to that shop where he should buy those gadgets? Do you know the reason why I got so angry? It's because I felt like since he wasn't functional in that way, he also wanted me not to be functional. That's how I felt. Because if you look at the gadgets that he wanted to insert in my body, you're like, are you kidding me? Where is that thing supposed to go? So, tell me how, and you people can argue, no problem. Those ones who are using the gadgets, you can argue. But tell me how, okay? Tell me how you're gonna be using these gadgets like almost, I don't know, like how many times a week, especially those who are making content with you. Like I told you, they don't care. Like they don't care about you anyway. Like they don't care what you're doing to your body. They don't care, okay? So tell me how you're going to get involved with a man in a relationship after all this that you've been doing for $200. Okay, amount doesn't matter, honestly. Then after you're like, oh, this online thing is not even working anyway, so I have met somebody and I'm now in a relationship. Tell me how you're going to enjoy whatever it is that guy is going to do with you. How? Because according to the things I saw in that shop, and that was a long time ago, so I don't know how advanced they are now. I'm sure they are so advanced. But according to those gadgets I saw, the designs and the movements and the sizes, hey, my sister, there is no human being in this world who is going to come and do things that you are actually going to feel after you have used those gadgets. And don't lie to us. I know a lot of people are using those gadgets. I know. Especially those involved with people from overseas and they're in a long distance relationship. They even bring them when they come to see you for the first time. They already have them in the suitcase. They bring you. And then, and unfortunately, these people are so forceful. And this is what got me. Good afternoon, Naji, welcome. This is what got me very upset, because the way he was so forceful about this thing, it's like your body does not belong to you. You get me? It's like he gets to do whatever he wants with your body. Like, why? Why are you being, he was accusing me of acting childish and foolish. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. This is my body. Did you consult me about this? And this is what is happening. These people are going to bring these gadgets to you when they come to see you for the first time. And they're going to be they'll be like, if you sort of like oppose, they'll be like, I'm not here anyway, so what are you planning to do when I'm not here? Or do you have another boyfriend who is gonna be satisfying you when I'm not here? I have found a solution for us to be able to to maintain, this aspect of the relationship, but you're refusing because I'm suspecting you have somebody else who's gonna take care of your needs when I'm not here. So when you hear that, you're like, no, 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 I don't have anybody else, but I'm not comfortable. Like, if you're not comfortable, put them back in his suitcase. Put them back. Just put them back. Do not let somebody force you to use those gadgets if you don't want to use those gadgets. Let it be your decision. If you want to mess up with your grip and your walls and everything and knock everything off and break everything in there with those things, let that be your decision, my sister. Because for me, I was like, no, 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 no. You are not inserting those gadgets in my body. Nope. Over my dead body. And I thank God. And that was long time ago. I'm sure the girls that are right now, and for me, I was the older, of course. I was not as young as you guys. You are 20 something. I was older, so I think I had the strength and the confidence to just say no. Because of course I had gone through traumas also, as you know from my story. You have listened to my story. I had gone through traumas as well. So there is no way, I didn't care. America is not heaven. Like, I didn't care. I didn't care that I was in America and I must do everything I can to stay in America, including destroying my grip and my walls with some stupid gadgets. Because somebody can't get it up, therefore they want to destroy me. I said no. In fact, I was like, let me go back to my country. If this is what I came here for, let me go back to Kenya. But for you, you are not going to be able to do that. And this is why I'm here. I'm telling you, my sister, don't let nobody push you around. Put those things back in his suitcase. I don't care how much money he's been sending you. I don't care what kind of promises he's been giving you, telling you, I'm going to take you to Europe. I'm going to take you to America. Let me tell you about somebody taking you to Europe. I've already said before. I told you that there are people who are taking people to different countries to go and use them, to go and pimp them out. So it's not about being taken to Europe or to US or Canada or wherever it is that he's promising you to take you. It's about how your life will be once you get there. Like, if he's going to take you there and your life is going to be miserable, I don't see the point. It's all about being happy, being free, being able to pursue your dreams that took you there, whatever it is you wanted to go and do there. It's all about that. But if the thing is you're fighting for this thing, you're fighting for it, and then you go there and you're not even going to be able to pursue your dreams, what's the point? For me, I was not able to pursue my dreams because for me, when I went to the US, I was like, I never wanted to be there like an illegal immigrant. That was not my purpose there, and I was not gonna let that happen, especially when you're being taken there by an American, born and raised American citizen. I was not gonna let that happen. Even when I was coming to Europe, I was like, there's no way I'm coming to Europe, because I remember when I was processing my residential permit, So when I was processing my residential permit, there was a complication in the beginning because I think I shared that with you that there was a stamp missing from my birth certificate. Okay, the embassy was supposed to stamp my birth certificate and they did not stamp my birth certificate. So when we got here, there was a complication because immigration was like, no, we cannot issue a residency card if we don't have this stamp on your birth certificate from the embassy. So at that point, it started to look like I'm not going to get residential papers to live in Europe. I was ready. My sisters, I was ready. I was like, okay, if they're not going to process this residency card because of this birth certificate, and if the birth certificate is not going to be sorted out in time, because it was supposed to be taken, I shipped it with DHL back to the, in fact, back to Kenya, because a relative of mine had to pick it up and take it, to hand it over personally at the embassy, because actually the embassy was insisting that I have to go all the way to Nairobi with that birth certificate. But we worked things out in a way that I had to write a letter giving like power of attorney or something. Like it was like a big deal. I don't know why they were making it such a big deal. So I had to give authorization to my relative to pick the certificate from the DHL, take it with that letter to the embassy. So the embassy asked for the letter. They saw, yes, Rose has authorized this person with your ID and everything. Anyway, then they took it, of course. But the point of this, I'm trying to say, since it looked like it wasn't going to work out, I was ready. I was ready. I had the money to book the flight, my own money, to go back. Because I refuse, you guys, I refuse to stay in a foreign land without papers when I'm being taken by somebody from like a citizen of that place, or somebody from that place. If we were Kenyans and then we find ways to penya the way, Kenyans, we do things, that is a different case. But if I am going there and I'm going to be with this person, and I'm going to be doing things with this person, because he's supposed to be my husband, so he gets all the benefits of a wife, and I'm living there without papers? No, thank you. I'm going back to my country. Yeah, I love Kenya. You can say whatever you want to say about our country. I love Kenya. I love Kenya. And I told you last time, I said, you don't know how beautiful you feel, how wonderful you feel when you land home. It's only money, my sisters. It's only money. If we could make if we could make good money in Kenya, if we could have jobs and everything, Kenya is a beautiful country, guys. Kenya is a beautiful country. So it's not a case, going back to what I was saying, it's not a case of somebody telling you, oh, I'm taking you to Europe, I'm taking you to America, I'm taking you to Canada, therefore while I'm not here, while we are still working on this thing, you must use these gadgets. That's how you prove that you don't have another boyfriend who is taking care of you when I'm not here. What about him? What is he doing over there? Does he have, there's this robot I saw called Sophia, or is it called Sophia? Does he have a Sophia there, or what a blow-up doll? What is he doing over there then? Oh my God. It's so messed up. It's so messed up. For me, okay, this is my opinion. You guys can dispute, but this is my opinion. Atikuwa wanawake makini. Yes. My opinion is, these gadgets that they are introducing you to. There is even a girl who was introduced to a gadget that is being operated by an app. By an app. So it tells you some things are even difficult to say in English. So it's like weka huko ndani na mimi nifinye buttons. So his job is to operate the buttons with an app. With an app. You say you are young. I know you are young. I know I'm old. But let me tell you, my sister, there are some things you are going to do to that young body of yours in the name of chasing wazungus on the internet. You are not going to recover. You are not going to recover those things you are doing there. All in the name of, interracial. Oh, let me get a muzungu so I can start a YouTube channel. So I can get on TikTok. There's a girl I saw on one of the lives who was saying that she has met somebody who is gonna look very nice on TikTok. That's the goal. You look at somebody on a dating app and then you're like, not TikTok friendly, not TikTok friendly, not TikTok. You're swiping based on how you view the guy on TikTok. Will I look nice with this guy on TikTok? No, not TikTok friend. No. Oh my goodness. Miss E is laughing. Yes, Miss E, this is what is happening. Yeah? You get on Tinder or I don't know, Badoo or whichever app it is, okay, Cupid, you start swiping. TikTok friendly? No, swipe left. TikTok friendly? Maybe, swipe right. TikTok compliant. It's so weird. Like she was actually, you know, the goodness with TikTok is that you get on, you don't have to go inside the live. You can watch it on your FYP, so you don't actually have to enter the live. So I was just watching on my FYP, and this girl was going on and on and on at you. Well, let me tell you, I met one. Hey, he looks so good. Like oh, I can't wait to post him. And I'm like, you can't wait to post him. Is that all that matters? Posting. By the way, do you know there are people who look really good in person, but they're not, I guess they're not photogenic. Okay, I don't know what video. Is it videogenic? How do we say when somebody is not looking good on a video? There are people who look really good. Nothing in the United States. Yeah, $200 is nothing in the United States. But the thing is, when you give $200 to somebody who is in Kenya, it is something. It is something, you know. Especially now, since our young people don't have jobs. So if they get, you know, something that is making them $200, the only issue is that something that is making them $200 is something that is damaging them mentally. And I feel so bad because they're just young people, and it's so easy, you guys, for you to be damaged mentally. It's so easy because you're so young. You know, as I said, for somebody like me, I mean, if I let something like that happen to me at my age, that is my fault. Especially somebody like me, you know, seeing what I have seen and what I have gone through and all the traumas that I have gone through. If I was to let something like that now happen to me, that would be my fault. But for you, you're so young. You're so easily, you can, if you let it, you can be so easily manipulated, so easily, guys. And this is why somebody like me, I'm here. That is why I am here. The ones who are gonna come through my page and see my videos or see a live stream like this one, if they take the things I'm saying to heart, I think they're just gonna be fine. And there's a girl actually who was about to make a bad decision. She was sharing that story with me on Instagram. 25,000. 25,000 is a bit of money. I mean, people are struggling back home. You know, jobs are not easy to come by. So it's a bit of money. It's only that what you have to do is, you know, if you can just be in a normal relationship with somebody and then they can be sending you that money just to support you until you can sort out the visa things and things like that, that is okay. It's only when somebody is sending you that amount of, or whatever amount of money it is, like amount doesn't even matter. Even if they send you $1,000, it doesn't matter. If they're gonna send you that $1,000 and then the things you're going to do are going to traumatize you and ruin your body, ruin your like, you guys, as I said, it's so easy for you to say you are young. The damage you're going to do now, it can be corrected later. There's somebody also I heard saying that, say, leave us alone, we are young. Whatever we do now, our bodies can heal themselves easily because we are young. So whatever we do now, if we get those diseases, they can heal and we're gonna be fine. Do you know there are some diseases that leave permanent damage on your body? Hey, my sisters, you know, the woman body is very sensitive. It's very sensitive, especially when it comes to diseases like the STDs, you know, sexually transmitted diseases. Even after you treat the disease, you find the damage is already done. The scar tissues, all the, like, this is why you later find, oh, somebody's having cervical cancer, and you're like, where are you getting cervical cancer from, my friend? I feel like with men, they can actually avoid some of these diseases. Like, I feel like they can actually avoid these diseases, especially if they maintain high hygiene habits. Ukitoka kwa mtu tu uko ndani, unakimbia kwa sink, unaosha na sabuni. You guys, you get out and you run. You run. You don't do, oh, sijui cuddle and kiss and cuddle. No. Out and to the sink and scrub with soap, scrub. Rinse. Okay, always use protection, guys. Always use protection. But protection can fail. If something fails, run to the sink. But with girls now, why are you running to the sink and things have gone up and they are doing their thing in there? Oh my God, be careful. Even if you're young, you think you're gonna heal. There are some things that are going to leave you. You know, there are some diseases, you know, you guys, you just know the usual diseases that people talk about. There's a girl who posted a funny video on TikTok and said, you people who are dealing with old people, if you contract leprosy, if you contract leprosy, you have to go to River Jordan and you have to dip yourself 7 times. Have you ever been to Jordan? Have you ever been to Jordan? Because that's where you need to go. She said that you're dating old people, they're going to be infecting you with all the diseases that used to be during the Bible times. It was a joke, guys. It was a joke. So be careful of fetish chasers. They are out there. They are chasing fetishes. They don't care about you. They are not attracted to African women. They don't even see you as full humans. Okay? So those are the kind of people that I don't even think you should be entertaining. And those are the kinds of people who are very easy to release this cheap change, you know, $50. Because first of all, they see us as people who can be impressed by small things, because some of them believe that we live on top of trees somewhere. These are the kinds of people who don't even refer to your country as your country, you know, like Kenya. They never say Kenya, Namibia, Botswana, Uganda, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Cameroon, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Togo, Mozambique. They don't say countries, they say Africa. Oh, over there in Africa, Africa is not a country. In fact, anyone that you're talking to and they're referring to where you live as Africa, I don't know what you're doing with that person. That person is so backwards. Ako uko nyuma. In fact, somebody who is saying Africa, huyo ni mkoloni ule wa uko nyuma kabisa, my friends. During colonial times, Africa. No, you're not from Africa, my friend. You're from Kenya. My sister, you're a Kenyan. And not only are you Kenyan, You're from the central part of Kenya. You're from the Rift Valley. You're from Nyanza. You're from Western. You're from Coast. What is this Africa business? Africa. Oh, I'm scared of coming to Africa. Just show me what you're gonna show me on a video call, or come to my country. You saw that short video I posted where there was actually somebody who left a comment. That's why I made that video. Somebody who said, "Oh, my boyfriend is afraid of coming to Africa, so he's asking me that he can send me the documents so I can apply for a visa to go and visit him for the first time in his country." Then what? Because the time will come when you guys should get married and he should meet your family. Is he gonna fly all your family to his country because he's afraid of coming to Africa? Where in Africa was he coming to? Morocco is in Africa. Egypt is in Africa. For those of you who come to my videos asking me how I'm Zungus from Morocco, Morocco is in Africa. How I'm Zungus from Egypt, Egypt is in Africa, North Africa. Libya. Oh my God. Like, I don't even, like, I would be so offended if somebody tells me, "No, I'm not coming to Africa. You're from Africa. You're an African." I'm not an African. I'm a Kenyan. Yes, overall, yes, African, but I'm from a particular place in Africa. I'm from Kenya. I'm a Kenyan. And this is another thing. You people, you get involved with these foreigners, and then suddenly it's like now you're not even a Kenyan. You're not even a Ugandan. You're not a Tanzanian anymore. You start adopting his accent. Even when you talk to your friends, you don't speak in Swahili anymore. You speak English. So you don't want to lose your English. This is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Like, this is the thing. This is why they're telling you you're from Africa. And they keep asking you these stupid questions about, do you have electricity over there in Africa? No, we don't. Do you have water over there in Africa? No. We wait for the elephants to piss so we can use that to cook. Do you have trains over there? Nope. Do you have planes? You know, there's somebody who asked me, how did you get here? There's somebody who asked me, how did you get here? Like, do you have electricity? I was like, no, actually we don't. We don't. I use the kite. And this is why, my sister, if you succeed with your boyfriend and your husband and you move to his country, do not entertain these types of questions. Okay, do not. It's not that they don't know. Like, tell me why. There's this guy, he seemed very educated guy. Like, even the job he was doing, he's somebody who should know these things. They don't ask you those questions because they don't know the answer. They ask you to show you how low you are over there. Like the floor mat. To remind you. It's a reminder. They ask you to remind you that you're from Africa. Okay? So this is why they ask you, do you have electricity? Do you have, they ask you because they want to remind you. It's not that they don't know. Of course they know you have electricity in Africa. Like you have airports and everything and they can see, and it's all over social media. It's all over the news and the buildings, the high-rise buildings and everything. They can see. But yet somebody is asking you, oh, what type of house did you live in when you were growing up? That doesn't even matter, does it? Really? We are here now. We are living here now, so. But they tell you that because then the next statement they are going to make is, oh, you must be very happy now you're living in Europe. You have access to, I don't know, trains and buses and all these things. Or maybe you have a car. And then they're like, oh, you must be very happy now you have a car. You're driving. Oh, you must be very happy now you're living in the United States of America. Oh, God. All this I'm saying is to show you that you are giving, even as you're getting on a dating site, you are not speaking your mind. You are actually validating what they're actually telling you and how they are controlling you. You're validating it by following this advice about, oh, you're an African, therefore be humble, be meek, be humble, be quiet, be polite. Always beg for money for internet. Don't beg. It's very easy. If you're in a, actually, if right now you maybe he wanted you to get on a video call and you don't have the bundles or whatever, just tell him I'll get on the internet when I put bundles on my phone. So now it's up to him. Because you don't have bundles now, right? So it's up to him. If he really wants to talk to you, then of course he will, he will top up your bundles. Oh, please, if you want us to be on a video call, I don't have money for the internet bundles. Also, I don't have electricity. My token has just, finished, so electricity is gone off. Also, right now, I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten for 3 days. There was this live. I saw a bunch of young girls on TikTok coming up with the ideas as to how they are going to beg for money from these guys they are meeting on dating apps. Some said they're gonna start a fire and make smoke and say the house is on fire. I don't know what they were supposed to do with the smoke anyway, but they should make smoke in the house. They should switch off the light and say there is no power and come with a flashlight and say, you see, we are in the dark. The token has finished. This is why, this is actually why these people are taking you the way they are taking you. I told you that lady who said, I'm working hard, I want to pay my bills, and I got many bills. And her bills were paid. And she even got extra money. But you people, you're asking for cheap change, $30. How much is the internet bundles? $20. There's a girl who said that the boyfriend sent her $10. $10. You're begging on the internet for $10. From a guy who is keeping you there, lecturing you for hours on that video call. Lecture. You're sitting there with your head bowed down. Yes, babe. Yes, babe. No, we are not doing that. In 2024, 2025, from now on, moving forward, we are not doing that. Either you go on a dating app looking for love, looking for a potential boyfriend or husband, or you go and look for a job. Go to the job websites. Go to Job Bank. Search for a job. Go to that video I posted about how to move to Europe as an au pair. Go there. Follow those ladies I spoke. They are here on YouTube. Go there and just go through their videos and see how you can apply for cruise jobs and jobs overseas, and look for school opportunities, sponsorships. You're online every day anyway, looking for people to vukisha you to Maju. Use those bundles you're using. Use them to get on a job on the website, the Job Bank. Look for a job. The issue is you're just there and you're jumping from one guy. You jump from one weird guy to another. This one makes you do this. They are chipping into your personalities slowly. This one makes you do this. Take your clothes off. Jump up and down. Turn around. Do this. Another one goes, say, now do this. Now take cucumbers. Now take this. These things are happening. I'm not making these things up. These things are happening. Go to the market, buy a cucumber, go and buy this, go and do this. Because these are people who are seeing you on social media. It's people who never even had the intention of getting involved with the black woman, but they are curious. These are people from countries that usually don't even get involved with black people anyway. There are countries like that, but they are curious. Okay? And in fact, we're going to come back here. In fact, I think I'm going to make a video. There are some countries where even if you move to those countries, like, there's no point. Stay in Kenya. There are some countries, especially here in Europe, if you move to those countries, you are better off staying in Kenya. Some countries are not even in the EU. They are not in the Schengen area. They are not, like, their economy is so bad. Their minimum wage is so low. You cannot do anything with that money. In fact, by the time you pay taxes, by the time you pay your rent or you pay something, you can, like, you're gonna live such a miserable life, my sister, Maju, and your people are back there in Kenya saying, oh, our sister is Maju. Phone call after phone call. Send us money. This one is sick. This one is dead. This one is in school. This one is getting married. This one has given birth. This one is having a birthday. People have turned into alcoholics. They are so depressed. They don't know what to do. You don't have enough money to live off yourself. There was a girl yesterday. I was live yesterday. I wasn't feeling well, but I just put a green screen. I was not even on camera on TikTok. She says she's found a guy from Albania. She's found a guy from Albania, and this guy, she was begging for, I don't know, 30 euros or something, I don't know, some little money. And he refused to send the money, saying that there is no system to send money from Albania to Africa. Again, Africa. And we're like, Western Union has been there, and it's worldwide. There are so many apps now. There is, of course, PayPal. There is World Remit. There is Remitly. There is SendWave. Like, there is so many ways to send money. But he said it's not possible. It's not possible to send money to Africa. My sister, there are some countries that if you move to that country, you in fact, whatever it is you have saved up a little bit in Kenya, you're gonna spend it while you're in that country, my sister. And can you imagine? Oh my God. Can you imagine you're accessing your Equity Bank or whatever bank you use back home, KCB, You're accessing your KCB bank while you're overseas. You're using your ATM, taking money that you made in Kenya, and you left it in Kenya. Oh, Jesus. And this person, by the time they even get you there, they feel they have done you a huge favor. They want you to worship, they want you to worship them. He wants you to worship him. He's done you such a big favor. Taking you to Kyrgyzstan. Oh my God. Okay, so unless you have questions, can you leave your questions in the comment section? I can answer a few questions before I go. We are almost at 2 hours. Wow, time flies, eh? Time flies when Rose is making noise. The cost of living in Western world. Yeah. we and you find some of these countries where the minimum wage is so low, the cost of living is still high, especially if you're living in the city. The cost of living is still high. Like for me, personally, when I was living in Greece, I have lived in Greece for 9 years. And what I learned from there, Tanzania, your neighbor, my neighbor, thank you for watching. What I learned from living in Greece for 9 years, one of the poorest country, Poland. Well, I think with any country, one thing you have to look at is you need to look at their economy, their political, the state of the political temperature of that country, corruption, okay, and the minimum wage. Oh, welcome back from Capri. And then you need to look at the minimum wage, and then you need to look at the area, okay, the area of that country where you are living. You need to look at that, because if you end up living in, let's say, let me give you an example with Greece. If you end up living in Greece and you're living, I don't know, somewhere up the mountains where there's this, I told you there's this wild goats called krikri. You're living where the krikris live. All you're doing up there, because most of the people who live around there are farmers. They got goats and sheep. Yeah. So there's no cash flow. All you're doing is waiting. If you have olives groves, all you're waiting is for the olives to mature so you can harvest the olives, okay? And then you have your goats, and then you get your milk from the goats, and then you make feta cheese, okay? Some you eat, and maybe some you give to your neighbors who don't have many goats. Now look at the minimum wage in Greece. For the longest time since I moved there, the minimum wage in Greece was let me. Because I remember the first job I got, the minimum wage was 700. Was it 780? That was the official minimum wage, okay? And it stayed like that until, in fact, the time when I was living there, that's when they increased it to 900. But the employers won't want to honor that increment, okay? 910 euros. It was increased officially to 910 euros, but the employers will not want to honor that increment. So what happens is you go and find a job, and then they don't declare you the full hours that you're working. They don't declare you to the government. So what they are doing, they steal from you, and they steal from their own government. They say you're working 4 hours, but you're not actually working 4 hours, you're working full time. So what I'm trying to say is, officially they are paying you half the amount that they are supposed to pay you. So the rest, they want to pay you in cash, and they might not pay you the full amount that they are supposed to pay you in cash. And you say Kenya is corrupt. You say Kenya is corrupt, my friend. Like I used to get, there was just one job actually. There's just one job I worked in Greece where I was paid properly. Okay, I was paid the minimum wage, or I was declared the full hours. I was working 8 hours a day, okay? Like, it's such a big deal if you find a job where you're declared full-time that you're working in that country. That's a big deal. Like, thank God. Lift your hands up and say, thank God, amen. Do your cross, your Greek Orthodox cross. And say, Christos Anesti. Christ has risen, my friend. Because with that job I was working, I was declared the full hours I was working, which was 8 hours a day. And then, so that now my minimum wage was paid officially in full, which means all my benefits were intact, okay? So that means it was a she. My boss was a female, very nice lady, by the way, very nice lady. She was paying my full insurance, health insurance, okay? And she was, of course, all the benefits, you know, the holidays, because the thing with Greece, because it's a touristic country, when it's summertime, you work all, like, you cannot say, oh, today is a holiday, I'm not working. Where? Unless you're working in a bank. Eh? You work the whole time. From April 1st to, I used to work from April 1st to October 30th. October 30th. Those months, 20, full time. Sunday, holiday, and you pray to God you don't get sick. You pray to God those months you don't get sick. You just work full hours, full hours. Sometimes you work. The only problem with that, when you work overtime, they don't pay you what they are supposed to pay you. That's the issue. So don't even bother working overtime. Just go home. Say you want to go home. So now, that lady, after she paid me my full time and declared me to the government that I'm working full time, she also gave me, on top of the minimum wage, she only added me like something very small, like you guys. Imagine you're working 8 hours. 8 hours. I know for the Americans, it's not a big deal, because some of them, they even work, I don't know how many jobs. You find somebody is working 24 hours. But the thing with Greece, and it's summertime, it's hard work. You know, you are constantly on the move. And I feel like if the money was good, you won't feel it so bad. But because the money is so bad, you're like, oh my God, I'm working all this. And please don't even try to calculate the hourly wage, because you are going to give up. Don't even bother. So now tell me why you get another job where somebody refuses to declare you full-time. You are still working 8, 9 hours, but they refuse to declare you full-time. I love my hair, my skin, my nose, and my mouth. Wait. Now, this person who refuses to declare you full-time, they are not paying your full insurance. They are not paying your full, you're not getting your full benefits when it comes to when you're supposed to be paid for working on holidays, or, you know, all the Christmas bonus, the Easter bonus, all the bonuses that you're supposed to get, you're not going to get none of that. All that is cut in half, and some you're not getting because you're half-time. You're declared you're working part-time. Look at that country now. Look at that boyfriend of yours taking you there. Unless you go there and then the person is not the kind of person who believes in 50-50. He's making good money and he's paying all the bills. Therefore, the job we are doing is just to cater for our black tax, which we cannot escape from. How are you going to survive? And that is just one example. There are other countries that are even lower than that. The minimum wage is even lower than that. And to convince the boss now to give you something on top of the minimum wage, it's a very difficult task. They don't want to pay the benefits, and they don't want to pay their taxes. That's the issue. The reason why he's not declaring you full-time is because he doesn't want the government to see the kind of business he's doing, the kind of, even the income that he's making. Most of it is not declared. And I thank God, because actually a lot of tourists who are going there now, they know what is happening. So they always ask for the receipt. They're like, I need my receipt. Because they were like, oh, you pay by cash and then you don't get a receipt. No, I want my receipt. A lot of them, because I was working in those shops, those touristic shops. And I used to get so pissed off because I used to see all this playing out, and I'm like, and you people say Kenya or Africa is corrupt. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. If you must move from Kenya, my sister, move to a country where you can at least do something with your life. Because there are places where there is no point even working. You're working, you're giving it your all, and you're making nothing. You're working, you're so tired, you're so stressed. People are not professional. They are shouting and screaming at you and driving you insane, and you're making nothing. Kama ni kuhama Kenya yenu, my friends. And since you are not moving for love, I mean, if you're moving for love, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Because if you love somebody, where they are, that is where home is, right? Like for me, my husband, where my husband is, that's where home is, you know? Yeah, but of course, akinipeleka Albania, I'll go back to Kenya. You guys, if he gets a contract in Albania, I'll go back to Kenya. When he finishes the contract, I'll go back to wherever else he goes to. Me, I love my country. Hey, kwanza after living living here, all those years, and you realize that suddenly you realize who you are, because while you're in Kenya, apart from kudil na, hustling and looking for money, you're home. You never feel the feeling of not being home, Comment is cheap wages. Yes, that's the thing. But the thing is, it hurts more. Let me tell you, it hurts more when you're living in that country and you have your papers. You are not living there without your papers. You're legal. You have all your documents. You have your tax number. You have your social security. You have everything. So you should be paid accordingly. This is what used to piss me off. Like the last job when I quit, even though I quit after I was so stressed until I ended up in the hospital because I couldn't, I was so stressed. I was so stressed because I'm like, what's the point? What's the point of me working here? I have all my legal papers to work in this country, and I'm working long hours, and I'm not declared, and I'm being stressed, The stupid boss, he's a moron. He's like screaming and shouting at you, and he thinks he's this big buffoon who can push people around. And I'm like, oh my God. By the time I was deciding to quit, actually, I didn't even get the time to actually quit properly because I ended up in the hospital. I had quit, and then I was supposed to have a meeting to discuss my reasons for quitting, but then I ended up in the hospital. Countries zingine musiende mimi hata. I don't even see the point of moving from Kenya. I don't see the point. I really don't. Countries zingine is a waste of time. If you're gonna move to Greece, go and live in Athens or Thessaloniki, those two places. Go and live in Athens, go and live in Thessaloniki, go and live in Heraklion. If you're going to go to, let's say, Crete, the island, go and live in those big cities. Those are the three big cities in Greece. Athens is the capital. The second one is Thessaloniki. The third one is Heraklion. Okay? Those three cities. Make sure you're living right there in the middle. At least there you'll find a job. You'll find something to do. Okay, you are in the city, so if somebody is not declaring you, you can go and sue them, although it's not gonna work. Just make sure they are declaring you. If they give you those contracts of theirs that are written in Greek, read them with Google Translate or take them to a lawyer for the lawyer to explain to you. The good thing with Greece, you can book a consultation with the lawyer for 50 or 70 euros. Just sacrifice those 70 euros for 1 hour, pay for consultation, take that contract to the lawyer, let him read it, let him or her explain to you everything, if you're declared full-time or not, your benefits, everything, before you sign it. They have shortage of workers anyway there because nobody wants to work. All the young people are working in Germany and in Norway, in Sweden, in Denmark anyway, and France. Like if you take a flight from Athens going to France or coming back from France to Athens, especially wintertime, They are coming for Christmas to greet their families because they are working there. Most of their young people are working, in North Europe. So anyway, you guys, I must end the live. I'm now at 2 hours. I'm gonna see you next Sunday. I hope I'll feel better by then. My cold would have been gone by then. If you're on TikTok, come live on Tuesday. We go live there on Tuesday at 5 o'clock Kenyan time. So if you're there, come and join my live there. It's crazy. But unfortunately, most of the time we end up speaking Swahili. So if you're a Kenyan, Tanzanian, or a Ugandan who can understand Swahili, somebody from Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, Brazzaville. Is it Brazzaville or Kinshasa? Which one speaks Swahili? I'm not sure. Anyway, if you understand Swahili, you can come and join us. But if you don't understand Swahili, join me here on Sunday. Okay? On Sunday. I'll try to choose another day during the week. So I want to be going live here twice. And if I can minimize the one on TikTok, I think I'll just be going there on Tuesday. So Tuesday, see me on TikTok, 5 o'clock Kenyan time. My name is Rose. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for liking the video. We are at 18 likes and we are 23. Akisi, just like the video. Let's get to 23 likes because we are 23 already. So I think it's good we have these discussions so we can at least, educate ourselves. So we know what we are getting ourselves into. Thank you. We are at 20 likes. Another one, like. And then I'll post this video. I'm gonna post it. And then if you're watching later, thank you for coming to my channel. Please consider subscribing. Hello, Lily. Did you just join when we are ending, surely? Lily, you're just ending the live. Where it's getting hot, let me tell you guys. Hey, Europe is getting so hot. I don't know what is going on. We had fires yesterday up the mountains. We had fires. We had helicopter coming. Hi, Rose. People are coming. Kibet, you are coming so late. Don't tell me. Oh my goodness. You're so late. Hey, look how many people are coming. Look how many people are joining. Did I start too early? Now you guys, you're coming when we are ending the live. But I started exactly 5 o'clock Kenyan time. I must say, thank you so much. Thank you. They were able to put out the fires, but it was a bit scary. So, and it's the same in Athens. I don't know if they were able to put out those. I haven't checked the news. Sometimes I stay away from the news because it's too depressing. But I don't know if they were able to put out the fire in Athens. So, let's not make this video too long for the people who are gonna come and watch. So I would join another time. Okay, Lily, make sure you join on Sunday. Make sure you join on Sunday. That is 5 o'clock East African time. That's when we go live here on YouTube. So try and join then. I was not so late, but I don't understand Swahili. Yeah, but I didn't speak Swahili at all in this live. I don't speak Swahili. The fire also happened in parts of Turkey. Oh, sorry about that. Are you in Turkey? Oh, see you on Sunday. Okay, see you on Sunday. Sunday, 5 o'clock East African time. God willing, because I hope I don't I don't remember why I missed. What happened? Why did I miss last time? I don't know why I missed last time, but I'll try. I want to make sure that I'm here. We have a lady that we are arranging a show with. She's gonna co-host with me. I think that is gonna be more fire. It's gonna be more fire. Thank you so much for the likes. Oh my God, I see our likes have gone up, 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 up. That is nice. Thank you. You did chipped in some Swahili. Very few words, very few words, very few words. It's something that I couldn't say in English. I'm talking to a Turkish online. No way. Well, my friend, if you're gonna go to Turkey, make sure you go to Istanbul. It's natural. No, it's look, it's not natural. It was something that, sometimes you feel embarrassed like to say something in English because it's like it's so bad. But I really try to maintain the English here because we are dealing with people from different countries, so we must maintain. It's just that on my TikTok, I have a lot of Kenyan followers, and I have many. Where from? I have so many people who join to co-host with me, and then when they co-host, they are sitting somewhere where they don't want the people around them to know what we are talking about, because there it can get a little bit crazy. So they tend to speak in Swahili. So that's how it goes. Like, I can't help it because that's how it goes. But here we maintain English as much as we can. In fact, yeah. In fact, we must maintain English so everybody can be included in the discussion. For host with that lady. Okay, we are working on it. When everything is lined up, we're gonna come here and then we'll have a very interesting live stream. Very interesting live stream. And anyone who is there actually who is willing maybe to share a story or to share tips that can help someone, just hit me on Instagram, hit me up, and then we can arrange one Sunday when you're free. We come here, I send you the link, you join, and then we have a discussion and see how it goes. We see how it goes. So thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. And hopefully next Sunday we will have that lady. If not, I will still come here and talk to you guys. Good idea. Yes. Yes, I think that is a good idea because obviously people have different perspectives. It's not that my perspective is the only one that can be shared. And of course, it's not that people must agree to what I'm saying. There are a lot of people who don't agree with what I'm saying. And that is okay. That is okay. So, Kibet, great week ahead. Everybody else, great week ahead. And I shall see you, God willing, on Sunday. On Tuesday, if you're on TikTok, I shall see you there as well. I got videos lined up, of course, to post here on YouTube. Please make sure to like and share my videos if you find them useful. If you know somebody who could find them useful, please share them with those people. And I shall see you on my next one. Bye-bye, guys. Bye.